You are not who you think you are. You are a resource, a battery, a well of raw human energy. And for thousands of years, the powers that be have built the most sophisticated machinery imaginable to harvest you. They don't want your money, not really. They want something far more valuable. They want your fire, they want your rage, they want your fight. And they've built the perfect arena for you to waste it all. This is the story of the greatest magic trick ever pulled. The story of how they convinced you to cheer as they built your cage. The Colosseum never fucking left. They just put $1 billion roof on it and sold you a $20 beer. Think about your life. You drag yourself home from your soul-crushing job. Your bank account is a fucking joke. Your future looks like a hostage note. And what's the solution? You turn on the game. For 3 hours, you get to feel the roar, the curse. The tribal unity that makes you feel like a king, like you're part of something that matters, and then the final buzzer. The feeling dies and you're left empty. Staring at the same 4 walls, the same problems, but now you're too emotionally bankrupt to even be angry about them. They didn't just build a better Colosseum. They engineered the perfect, self-funding release valve for your revolution. And the most tragic part, you pull the lever yourself, screaming with joy as your own potential drains away. So what is this machine? Let's be clear. Professional sports are not a game. They are a factory that uses your life as its raw material. That passion you scream at the TV, that's the same fire you should be using to tell your boss to go fuck himself. That tribal loyalty you feel for your city's colors, that's the same unity you should have with your neighbors against the slumlord who won't fix the mold in your apartment. They see it all. Your rage, your pride, your desperate screaming need to belong to something that fucking matters. It's all just fuel, and they harvest it. They take that primal human energy and they burn it in a giant controlled bonfire that lights up their sky for a night. You go to bed spiritually empty and they win. They always win, because you gave them the match. Your anger is not a flaw. It is the most valuable thing you own. It is the instinct that screams when something is wrong. It is the very fuel for change. And they have built the ultimate refinery for it. You feel a deep, seething, genuine injustice when a referee makes a bad call. Good. That feeling is correct. That feeling is power, but it's been hijacked. You're pouring that sacred, transformative rage into a black hole of sports debate. Meanwhile, you feel a numb, helpless acceptance when you're real. Human rights are auctioned off to the highest bidder. They haven't made you less angry. They've just become the alchemists of your rage, transmuting your gold into lead. Your fight is stolen and replaced with exhaustion. To make this work, they need you to have an enemy, but it can't be the real one. So they give you a substitute, the other team, the other city, the fans in the different colored jerseys. You expend all your energy hating them, fighting with them online, believing with all your heart that they are the problem. It's a fucking magic trick, a sleight of hand. While you're busy fighting the other slaves in the sand, you never once turn to look at the emperor in his box, smiling. And to make sure you never do, they give you a fake identity. You think that team loyalty is yours. It was sold to you, wrapped in polyester and corporate logos. It's a prepackaged identity to save you the terrifying trouble of building one yourself. A real identity requires principles. It requires saying no. It requires standing alone. A jersey just requires your credit card and your compliance. So who's running this? You think the owners are evil geniuses. They're not. They're just greedy fucking businessmen who stumbled onto the perfect product, your distraction. They aren't trying to control you, they're just trying to maximize profit. The beautiful, terrifying part, the system works even if they're oblivious. And the players, don't kid yourself. They aren't your friends. They're the most expensive slaves in the world, trapped in a golden cage of their own. They break their bodies and sell their souls to become the shiny, consumable product you scream for. They're paid obscene amounts not for their talent, but for their ability to perfectly capture your attention. They are the human engine of the distraction machine, and their only purpose is to run until they break and get replaced. The money gets spread around to players, coaches, agents. That's the fucking masterstroke. It's a protection racket. They pay off an entire army to maintain the illusion and keep the machine running smoothly. The real profit isn't the money, it's your compliance. And the circus never ever stops. Season after season, playoff after playoff. The 24/7 news cycle of trade rumors and hot takes. This isn't an accident. It's a calculated, algorithmic blur designed to keep your mind spinning. They need everything to feel urgent so you never get a single, quiet moment to stop and think. If you ever slowed down, you'd see the cracks in the whole fucking illusion. So here is the final, ugly, undeniable truth: they have built an empire to hide from you. It does not matter if your team wins the championship or finishes dead last. The outcome for you is always the same. You are still in debt. You are still powerless in your job. You are still trading the precious days of your one life for wages that don't keep up. The game is a psychological trap, a beautiful screaming cage. It promises you catharsis but only delivers exhaustion. It makes you a devoted fan of a struggle that isn't yours, so you forget the one that is. The struggle for your own freedom, your own potential, your own soul. You are screaming into a void that was designed just for you. The final score of the game you are really playing, the score of your life, never changes. And that is the whole fucking point.